Jain. Hello, future leaders. My name is Prashant Jain, and this is my brief introduction. I am graduate from IIT Bombay, All India Rank 42 in JEE 2008, AIR 5, Indian Statistical Institute examination. But the noteworthy thing is that I secured 194 marks back in 2013 CSAT. After that, CSAT has changed a lot. And that is why it is very, very important to go through this session. In my opinion, now what is happening is that they are designing a paper which cannot be completed fully. I have analyzed last 4 years, 2022, 23, 24, and 25. I have seen that around 36 problems are coming from the mathematical part of it. And I have taken all those problems here. In today's session, we will be figuring out which problems to skip and which problems to attempt. I have seen many patterns in the problems that, like, there are certain type of problems which are asked again and again, right? So, yes. Am I audible? Am I audible, guys? Can you please confirm? Can you please confirm? Can you please confirm here? Okay. And so, like CSAT is around the corner, you have to be very, very patient, very composed, and I believe you will be able to crack this examination. So, without any delay, let's proceed to CSAT 2022 problems. Now, let's look at the first problem. It is a very simple problem, but you can say that the pattern is very hard to understand. These are sequence type of problems, and the logic, inherent logic, is always mathematical, right? Inherent logic is always mathematical. So let's see what is the value of x in the sequence 20, 10, 10, 15, 30, 75 x. Now I'm seeing 2-3 things here. First of all, everything is divisible by 5. The numbers are first decreasing and then increasing. So my automatic logic, and here I can see 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 1.5 is 15, 15 times 2 is 30, and this is my logic. This is my logic. So the logic says I am simply multiplying it with 0.5, then I am multiplying with 1, then I'm multiplying with 1.5, then I'm multiplying with 2, then I'm multiplying with 2.5. So this means I have to multiply it with 3. 75 times 3 is 225. But I would still say that for the learners who have the mathematical background, this problem is quite simple. But for the arts background people, humanities background people, or I would say non-mathematical background people, this problem is a demanding problem. But you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it because there are many problems which are simpler. Now, our target in this session is to do 20 problems out of those 36 problems. Are you getting my point? We will try to do 20 problems out of 36 problems, and we'll pick and choose. We'll pick and choose. There are certain problems which are of very high concept. I have seen very high concept, right? So let's do the second problem. Can I say that it is very safe to skip this problem? We'll simply skip this problem. See, this is the beauty of this session. We'll not be doing all the problems. I will teach you which problem to skip. This is a skippable problem. It is not a problem, it's an essay, right? It's an essay. Is it not? I'm holding your chats. You can also give your feedback. You can also give your feedback here, right? This is not an essay. This is not a problem. It is an essay, right? So we'll simply skip it. We'll not waste our time here because anyway, it is a qualifying examination. We just need minimum number of like a certain minimum number required to clear this particular examination. And for that to happen, we simply have to do 20 problems out of the 36 mathematical problems. Correct? So let's move on to the next problem. And you will see that there are problems which are very simple. For like this one, very simple problem, direction sense, right? What it is saying, two friends, X and Y, start running and they run together for 50 meters in the same direction. Okay. So we will write them as a parallel lines. This is X, this is Y, right? Right, in the same direction. X turns right, and let's write this as X and this as Y. Because X is turning right and runs 60 meters. Okay. And just mark this 50, 50, 60. Okay. Y turns left and runs 40. He turned left and ran 40. Then X turns left. So this was the direction of X. So left is this 50. He turned right and he ran 50. So what is the difference between their position? 40 plus 60 is 100. This is a doable problem. This is one doable problem which we have seen. Out of the three problems that we have seen, first, the logic was very difficult to understand. But here, this problem is very, very doable. Is it not? Is it not? Are you understanding this thing? Yes. Correct. Like Saurav is making a very valid point. Like for the last question, it is better to actually do the reading comprehension. We'll get marks there. Right? This is the one. Okay. Yes, I'll see your chats here, guys. Just a second. Where is the chat? There is the chat. Okay. Yes. Correct. Perfect. Okay. Now I can see your chats. So this was an easy problem. Now, again, this problem is skippable. Very easily skippable. In the first round, you will have to skip this problem. We'll come back to it. If we are not done with 20 problems, we will come back to problems like this. But in the first round, while attempting in the first round, you will skip this problem. Again, a very lengthy problem, right? And I'll give you some short tricks also. Now, just see. When you have problems like these, then which number amongst these three is the smallest? Okay. Let's see. Now, we'll do it with hit and trial, right? 2 to the power 40, base is very high. 3 to the power 21, 4 to the power 18, we'll write it as 2 to the power something, right? 2 to the power 36, because 4 is 2 square. Now 8 is 2 cube. 2 cube into 12, 8 to the power 12 is 2 to the power 36. Now, smallest is asked. So this is eradicated. This is eradicated because these numbers are smaller than this. And automatically, you can say these and these two are, because like this is smallest. Just a second. Yes. 2 to the power 36. Now just see, this is 3 into 9 to the power 10. 2 to the power 36 is 8 to the power 12. Right? 8 to the power 12. So basically, if you just see the like, we have to make their bases same, right? We have to make their bases same. Like, you cannot comment from here that which is the smallest number. But one thing which you can say, and which is the answer, just see the answer. Why B is the answer? Because C and D are same. C and D are exactly the same numbers, right? C and D are exactly the same numbers, isn't it? C and D are exactly the same number. The usual way to compare exponents is, see, if the base is same, then M has to be greater than N. If the power is same, then the bases will follow this. So either we make these powers same or we make the base same, right? But this problem is relatively simpler. It may take some time to understand why this number is greater than this number. Sorry, why this number is smaller than this number. It will take a time, because see, like, the power is 12 here. The power is only 10 here. Exponents are increased, like exponents increase very fast. So that is the thing. Are you getting this point? समझ में आ रहा है ना guys आप लोगों को? Right? Let's move on. We have been able to do 3 problems, right? We have been able to do 3 problems. Now this is, see, like this, these type of problems are actually very difficult, right? This problem, it is a proper number theory problem. Even in examinations like JEE, which are mathematical, this problem will be considered very tough. It will require at least 3 minutes to solve this problem, right? So in the first round, we are going to skip it. I can tell you the concept, but see, like once, like now we have 3 days to CSAT, right? So there's no point of understanding the concept behind it. But again, I'm telling you, there are very simple problems coming up. Okay, now see this problem. X and Y run a 3-kilometer race along a circular course of length 300 meter. Their speeds are in the ratio 3:2. If they start together in same direction, how many times would the one pass the other? The start of time is not counted. The start of time is not counted. Now, in these problems, you simply have to stop one person. So, see, this person is moving with the speed 3u. Okay, this person is moving at the speed 2u. Now, if we simply stop this person, the relative speed of this person becomes u. Okay, okay. Now, see, in 300 meter, and for the sake of simplicity, we can assume this u as 100. So what I'm assuming is that my x is running at 300 meter per second, and y, it's very high speed, by the way, right? 200 meter per second. It's very high speed. So my relative speed of x will be 100 meter per second. Okay. Now this problem becomes very simple. You just have to see that like the total distance, it is covering the total distance in 10 rounds, right? Basically 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay. Now just see. X will, with this relative speed, it will move 100 into 10, that is 1000 meters. Now see how easy is this problem if you understand this concept. 300 meter, 1. Now this guy, y, is still here. So now x has crossed y. 1, 2, 3. This is 900 meters. And this is where it will stop. Because x relatively is moving only 1000 meters. So it has crossed y 3 times. Right? Now the JEE people will be able to do it very easily. The people with mathematical background. But you can skip it. If you're not understanding this thing, you can skip it. Right? Right? See, like I'm going to discuss only the mathematical part of it, guys. Right? And दोस्तों ये जो वीडियो है ना guys, ये हमारे Unacademy इंग्लिश चैनल पे भी जा रहा है. That is why I'm like speaking in English. ठीक है, वरना तो मेरे को हिंदी भी आती है, ऐसी बात नहीं है. ठीक है, मैं तो नॉर्थ इंडियन हूँ गाइज, मेरे को तो आती है हिंदी. ठीक है, ऐसी बात नहीं है कि मेरे को हिंदी नहीं आती है. राइट राइट Yeah, it's doable. Like I said, it is doable. In my opinion, also it is a doable problem. It is nothing like there is no rocket science involved in this thing. There is no rocket science involved in it. So like the basic concept here is just, and like this is, by the way, this is one of the repeated problems. This will come again and again and again, right? What I'm saying is, see, like originally what you would have done, this guy is running like this. This another guy is running like this, right? So once it completes the first round, it will complete like this. So it will cross 1 or 2 times before like completing the full 3000 meters. But the best way to do it is keep one person stationary. So what I'm saying is, and in these things, see, like if the speeds are given in a ratio, you can assume anything. Just assume that 300 meter per second is the speed. For y, the speed is 200 meter per second, right? 300 meter per second, 200 meter per second. Now what is happening here is, since I'm keeping y stationary, just imagine in 1 second, this guy is running 300 meters, this guy is running 100 meters. So effectively, X is taking the lead of 100 meters, right? So the effective speed of X is 100 meter per second. That is the subtraction of these two, 100 meter per second. X effective is 100 meter per second, right? Now, just see the simplicity of this problem. Now, this guy, Y is stationary here. He's just standing here. Okay. X is moving 3000 meter, which is the original race course length, in 10 seconds, right? 300 times 10 is actually 3000 meter, which is 3 kilometers. So it is taking 10 seconds to complete the race, right? Now just imagine with this new speed, how it will move, right? Since it is 10 seconds only, it is 1000 meter. 1000 meter only. Effectively, it is moving only 1000 meter if this guy is stationary, if this Y is stationary. Now see, in one round, he will complete 300 meters, and he has crossed Y one times. Second time, third time. Since these are 3 complete revolutions, 900 meter is what this guy, X effective, he has walked, right? Rather, he has run because the speed is too high, right? Now, he will run simply 100 meters. His 1000 meters are completed. How many times it has crossed? 1, 2, 3. 3 times it has crossed, right? Right? Am I making sense? Am I making sense to you? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Right? Please write DN if I am making sense so that I can move on to the next problem. This is one of the repeated problem I wanted to explain. This is one of the repeated problem I wanted to explain. Right? Perfect. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on then. Let's move on. In a tournament of chess, now see, this is a commonsensical problem. In a tournament of chess, having 150 entrants, a player is eliminated wherever he loses a match. It is given that no match results in a tie or draw. How many matches are played in the entire tournament? Now just see, you have one winner. 149 people will lose. There is a loser in every match. So 149 matches will be there. 149 matches will be there. Do you need any mathematics in it? It is simply a problem of common sense. It is simply a problem of common sense. A language problem, I would say. And you have these problems. You have problems like these in which you can use your common sense. You don't need, like in last problem, we saw a great deal of mathematics being used. High level of mathematics, you can say. It was actually like some sort of physics was also involved there. But in this problem, you just need a common sense. You just need common sense. Am I making sense here? In the last problem, how did we reach 10 seconds? Beta Shweta देखो, बेटा बोलो ये भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को, वैसे वो यही बोलना चाहिए. 3000 upon 300. 300 स्पीड assume की थी ना बेटा, तो 10 आंसर आ गया. Right? 10 सेकंड ऐसे आया था. Right? Is it simple? ये वाला तो simple था. Come on, you have to agree. This was simple. This was very simple. Okay, let's move on. So, guys, out of some problem we have, out of how many problems? 8 problems. We have done 4 simple problems, 4 doable problems. Out of 8 we have done 4 doable problems. 4 were difficult, 3 we skipped, 1 was difficult, which we did. Now let's see how many 3-digit natural number. This is again repeated problem. This is a topic called permutation and combination. Very easy for JE people, but then for like humanities background people, this is a bit tough. But this, like, you cannot skip this. You must have read some of it if you are preparing for CSAT, because these are some repeated problems. Like the topic at least is very repeated. How many 3-digit natural numbers without repetition of digits are there such that each digit is odd and the number is divisible by 5? Now you have to take care of few things here, right? One important thing is without repetition of digit. 3-digit numbers, and all the digits are odd. So odd digits are these, right? Now, number is divisible by 5 means you have to put 5 here. There is no other option. Otherwise, the number will not be divisible by 5. So you have 4 options to keep here. What are these 4 options? 1, 3, 7, 9. And then, since let's assume that you have put 3 here. So you cannot put 3 here, you cannot put 5 here, because the repetition of digit is not allowed. You have 3 options to place here. So 4 times 3 is 12. That is how you get 12. That is how you get 12. Can I simply assume this is very simple? Guys, come on, help me out here. This is simple, right? We are trying to make a conclusion here that some of the problems are literally simple. Now let's look at the ratio. Out of the 9 problems, 5 problems have been very, very doable, right? And this was our null hypothesis, means initial assumption. If you do a simple math, this is 5 by 9 only. So this ratio is maintained. And in my opinion, these people, like UPSC people, are making papers accordingly. They know that the cutoff to simply qualify this examination is very low. So they are making paper in such a manner that some of the problems are simply undoable. They are undoable, I'm telling you. And we have to skip them. We have to skip them. We have to be very, very vigilant. We have to be very, very intelligent in selecting the problems. We cannot do all the problems. Okay. Let's move on. Now see this. Again, another easy problem. The increase in the price of certain item was 25%. Then the price was decreased by 20%. And then again increased by 10%. What is the resultant increase in the price? Now, it has a very, very simple phenomena. Whatever is written, you just simply have to do it like this. It was increased by 25, then decreased by 20, and then increased by 10, right? This is the simple formula. I hope every one of you know it. Just see this now. 125 by 100, 80 by 100. So this is 4, this is 5, this is 5, this is 4. Everything is getting cancelled. The effective increase is this only, which is 10%. Is it not highly doable? 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 Right? Saurav Mukherjee, we did select the third spot. The third spot was 5 because the number was divisible by 5. If a number is divisible by 5, the unit digit can only be 0 or 5, right? It can only be 0 or 5, right? 10% is the correct answer. I hope I'm making sense here. I hope I'm making sense here. Got it? Yes, sir. Very, very doable. Perfect. Now let's do this. This is one problem which I think is very tricky. Now, on one side of a 1.01 kilometer long road, 101 plants are planted at equal distance from each other. What is the total distance between 5 consecutive plants? Again, a doable problem. We just have to be a bit cautious. So just see here, right? You have 101 plant here, plant 1, plant 100. So it's a problem of arithmetic progression. So the distance here is D, the distance here is D, right? So how many D's are here? If you carefully calculate, total distance is 100D, right? D. Between 101 plants, there will be, so you can simply see it like this. P1, P2, P3. So there are 2 D's here. When the number of plants are 3, the distance between these 2 is 2D. So when the plants are 101, the distance between them is 100D. And this is 1.01 kilometer, or rather I would write it as 1010 meter. So my D becomes 10.1 meter, right? Now, what is the total distance between 5 consecutive plants? 5 consecutive plants, the distance between them is 4D. So my answer will be 40.4D. I have seen people doing a lot of silly mistake here. Simply a very simple, rather, I would say a very simple silly mistake here. They would write it as 40 meter. They would write it as 40 meter or these. These are two intelligently designed options. These two are intelligently designed options, right? Some people would simply divide 1.01 with 101 and they will get 10. They will get 10, and 10 times 4 is 40. Some people would think that between 5 plants, the total distance will be 5D, and they would do 5 times 10.1. That becomes 50.5. So these are two intelligently designed options. Okay. 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 Are you all understanding it? Are you all understanding it? So that's 6 problems. 6 problems. I think last one was, we also did last one, right? Yeah, this was also easy. And I would say this was also easy. So 7 out of 11. Now we are in the position to skip even 1 or 2 problems. We are in the position to skip 1 or 2 problems, right? Right? Yes, options were very well curated to confuse. That is what I'm saying. Obviously, they are UPSC people. They are choosing leaders for leaders of tomorrow, right? They have to be very cautious. They will confuse you. These are real life problems, right? Okay. Now, yet another simple problem. A, B, C are 3 places such that there are 3 different roads from A to B. Now, you have to very carefully draw a diagram here, right? 4 different roads from B to C. And then there are 3 direct roads from A to C. Okay. Okay. Now just imagine, since I live in Kota, I'll give the example of Kota to Delhi. So this is Kota, this is Jaipur, this is Delhi. Kota, Jaipur, Delhi. If a person has 3 ways to go from Kota to Jaipur and then 4 ways from Jaipur to Delhi. So can I say that this complete route has 3 times 4, 12 ways to go? He can go, this guy can go in 12 ways. He can either choose one of these 3 roads, and for every road, he can choose one of these 4 roads. So 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12, right? And then he can directly go to Delhi via 3 ways. So what is 3 plus 12? 15. Now you have to decide here. I will not say anything. You decide, is it doable or not? Is it doable or not? You have to decide. I'll not decide anything for you. This is again a problem of permutation and combination, right? That problem similar to that digit problem. You have to decide doable or not. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. You decide. Is it doable or not? Is it doable or not? Yes. Amrit Pratap Singh is saying doable. I hope to see you in the list. Right? This was easy. So 8 out of 12. Okay. Now, this is a skippable problem, in my opinion. This is a skippable problem, but again, this problem was exactly repeated in 2023 as well. So this is a repeated problem. This includes ratio, and this has to do with what you assume initially. Now, there is a smart manipulation here, which I'm going to teach you. See, what is happening here is A has some coins. He gives half of the coins and 2 more to B. B gives half and 2 more to C. C gives half and 2 more to D. The total number of D has now is the smallest 2-digit number. So just imagine I have 8x number of coins with A. Okay. Okay. he gives 4x plus 2 to b, isn't it? Now, my algebra will become very, very simple if I assume it to be 8x. Otherwise, I will have a lot of fractions. Now, this b gave 2x plus 1. Half of 4x plus 2 is 2x plus 1 and 2 additional to c. Now, c has 2x plus 3 coins. What this guy is doing, he's simply doing half of the number of coins which he has and giving 2 additionally to d. And the number of coins which d has is the smallest two-digit number. The smallest two-digit number is 2. So can I say that 2x plus 3 is 8, 16 and 2x is 30. Now, how many coins does A have in the beginning? Can I simply multiply it by 4? 8x equal to 52. Now, I can give you the benefit of doubt here. Answer is 52, but this is a difficult manipulation. Not everybody will be able to do it in time. You have to decide. You have to decide whether it is a doable problem or not. In my opinion, we can skip it in the first round. In my opinion, we can skip it in the first round. What do you say? Guys? Can we skip it in the first round? I think we can skip it in the first round. But this is the manipulation. Which you can understand. Now, how did I think of it? Because the operation of half, like doing it half, was involved 3 times. So 2 power 3 is 8. That is how I assumed this number in the beginning. Right? Perfect. I hope you are understanding what to skip, what not to skip. Right? Again, hands down skip in the first round. Right? It's a story of notebooks of 5 kids, right? It's basically, it's basically algebra problem, right? It's basically algebra problem. You will have a lot of equations and then you will solve it and eventually you will get the answer, right? So if given infinite amount of time, it is a doable problem. But with like consideration, while having this consideration that we have paucity of time, we'll better off skipping it, right? We are better off skipping it. Raman Meena, how equal to 10? Raman, in this problem, D has now is the smallest two-digit number. You just have to think what is the smallest two-digit number. Smallest two-digit number is 10, right? That basic level of numeracy you have to know, right? Okay, perfect. So we are skipping it. Now, a man started from home. So basically it's a clock problem, right? The length is okay, not so big, not so less, right? Out of, we have been able to do till 9 problems till now, right? We have done 9 problems till now. This we did because, just a second. Yeah, 7 out of 11. 8th, this was also doable. 8th, right? This was skippable. 8th, skip. So we have done 8 out of 14 till now. 8 out of 14. Okay. A man started from home at 14:30 hours and drove to village, arriving there when the village clock indicated 15:15. After staying there for 25 minutes, he drove back by a different route of length 1.25 times the first route at a rate twice as fast, reaching the home at 1600 hours as compared to the clock at home. The village clock is. Now just see, he spent 90 minutes in total, right? 1600 minus 1432. We have to actually interpret the data very carefully here. 1600 hours in his clock, 1430 hours in his clock. So completely he spent 90 minutes. Out of that, he rested for 25 minutes. It means he was on road for 65 minutes. For 65 minutes. Now, how do we account for these 65 minutes, right? let's assume that the distance between the village, home and village is 100, right? And his speed was, because see, like the rate twice, speed was 10. Let's assume this thing. In fact, we should assume the speed to be u. Okay, so 100 upon u plus 125, because while returning, the route is 1.25 times the first route. 2u is equal to 65 minutes, right? So I'm assuming u in terms of minutes, right? Now, if I simply take the LCM, I will get this, right? So u is 2.5. U is 2.5. Now it's very simple problem now. While going, he took how many minutes? 40 minutes. But the clock was showing 15:50, which means, see, he started at 2:30 plus 40 minutes is actually 15:10. But the clock was showing 15:15, which means the clock was 5 minutes fast. Right? We can assume anything. We can assume anything. Right? I always assume 100. 100 is a very nice number in terms of percentage, in terms of anything. 100 gets cancelled very easily. That is why I always assume 100. That is why I always assume 100. I always assume 100. Isn't it? Isn't it, guys? And this is why, like, this is part of tips and tricks, right? That 8x was a tip. Okay, that 8x was a tip for you, right? When I said that you have to assume it at 8x, right? So the thing is, did you like the trick or not? Did you like the trick or not? I think you like it. You liked it, right? So now we are at 9 out of 15. 9 out of 15. Did you like the trick? Did you like the trick? Yes. Perfect. See, like the length of solution is so small. That is what I'm saying. This is a doable problem. Now let's do this, right? Again, now you see, this is same type of problem which we keep on skipping. Again, lot many, like, see, till 4 variables we were able to do, like the four variable problem in which A was giving half coin, B was giving half coin, C was giving half coin. The process was getting terminated at D. Now these are 6 people, so we'll simply skip this for the first round. For the first round we will skip this. I think we'll skip this. Okay, right? We can skip this. Right? Okay, now these are 2 conclusions, and I think we'll be able to do this. Let A, B, C represent distinct non-zero digits. Suppose X is the sum of all possible 3-digit number formed by A, B, C without repetition. Now this becomes a lengthy problem. This itself is a lengthy problem, right? So we'll just simply skip it. No problem. We are better off skipping it, right? So we have skipped 2 problems. Now we are at this. We are at this. Okay. Okay. Now, there is a numeric lock which has a 3-digit pin. The pin contains digits 1 to 7. There is no repetition of digit. The digit in pin from left to right are in decreasing order. Any 2 digits in the pin differ by at least 2. At least 2. How many maximum attempts does one need to find out the pin with certainty? Now, see, like the options are so small that we can actually write it, right? So, see, the smallest number can be 531, isn't it? You have to make sure that the difference here is at least 2. So, with the logic here is that you always fix the 100th digit. Okay, so now you have 6. You can assume it to be 642, 641. Then you can do 631, isn't it? Isn't it? These are the only possible options. Now, when you have 7, you take the highest here. Okay, 3, 7, 5, 2, 7, 5, 1. Right? Then see, like you will be able to see the system in my counting technique. Right? There is a system which I am following. Like I have the algorithm that I am following is that I am fixing the 100th digit. Now 7, 4, 2, 7, 4, 1, 7, 3, 1. Okay. Okay. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Right? So C, which means 10. And if you count these are 10 only. I have written all possible pins. I have written all possible pins. Right? Yes, Raman, I will try. I will definitely try for this. I will definitely try for this for 2027. I am trying to see like that. This is the thing. Like if like you people are enjoying these approaches, then I'll definitely bring out the full course for you all. That is the sense of this lecture. Okay. 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 10 problems. Perfect. So this was doable problem. This was doable problem. Now this is a beautiful problem. This is, I think, exclusive for the learners who have studied geometry in class 9th and 10th. And I think all of you have studied geometry in class 9th and 10th. There are 8 equidistant points. So we were at a 10 out of 18, right? There are 8 equidistant points on a circle. How many right angled triangles can be drawn using these points as vertices and taking the diameter as one side of the triangle? Now, they have made it very simple actually. See, this is one diameter. So basically, these are 2 points. Now you have 3 here and 3 here. Okay, 3 equidistant points. The concept here is you take any of these vertices and if you connect, this angle is 90 degree. If you connect it like this, it is 90 degree. If you connect it like this, it's 190 degree. So for every diameter, you will have 4 diameters. You can understand this thing, right? You will have 4 diameters. One connecting these two opposite vertices. One this, one this, one this. So there are 4 diameters. For every diameter, you have 6 possible options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 24 is the correct answer. A option. A option. A option. Getting my point? Right? 90 degree all. Like this is a 10th class concept. In fact, 9th class, to be honest. This concept came in 9th class. Okay. 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 This concept came in 9th class. 4 times 6 is 24. Okay. But again, all of these comes in a broader umbrella of counting. All of this comes under the broader umbrella of counting. So this is also a counting technique, by the way. Okay. Perfect. Now this problem, working, like time and work. This problem has a very simple shortcut. I'm going to tell you that simple shortcut. Right? 24 men and 12 women can do a piece of work in 30 days. So the shortcut is let one man complete in X days. Right? Let one woman complete in Y days. Okay. One man in X days, one woman in Y days. Okay. So this one man will do 1 upon X work in one day, and you have 24 men. So this is the equation that you are going to make. Now the problem is you have only one equation and 2 variables. So you are asked to find this value. You are asked to find this value. Okay. And 1 upon, see the 1 upon 30. This will be 1 upon 30. 24 by x plus 12 by y will be equal to 1 by 30. And your next equation is going to be this. So basically, with one variable, like with one equation in two variable, you cannot solve it. If you cannot solve it, you will not be able to solve it. So data is inadequate. But this I would skip. Because in the exam pressure, I'm 100% sure that you will not be able to attempt this question. Nobody can have this level of confidence on their mathematics that like this option data is inadequate to draw any conclusion, right? We will always think that we are inadequate to calculate this problem, right? In the exam pressure, we will always think it like this, that we are inadequate to solve this problem. Rather, the answer is data is inadequate to draw any conclusion. Isn't it, guys? Isn't it? So we will skip this. We will, like we are writing it in a skip section. Skip section. We are writing it in a skip section. Okay. So how many problems do we have? 10 out of 18. So this was, oh, I have deleted one problem. Kya? No, this also we have done. So 19. So now we are at 11 out of 20. 11 out of 20. Right? In the exam pressure, you will not be able to mark this option, in my opinion. Okay. Perfect. Now, highly doable problem. Highly doable problem. 91 times, 92 times, 93 times, 94 times, 95 times, 90, and this is a repeated problem also, is divided by 1261. What is the remainder? Right? So, it is about basically 1261 is a prime number or not. You have to think it like this. You have to think it like this. So, the best way to do is it an even number? No. Is the sum of digit equal to 3? No. So 2, 3, 5 are done. So you'll check with 7. Now 126 is divisible by 7. It is not divisible by 7. It is not divisible by 11. Is it divisible by 13? Yes. So 1261 is actually 97 times 30. So 97 gets cancelled. You have 30. 13 gets cancelled with this. So this is a complete factor of this. So remainder will be 0. This is a doable problem. This is a doable problem. This is a doable problem. In my opinion, this is a doable problem. And this is a repeated one. This is a repeated one in which you have to think that this number is factor of something or not. Isn't it, guys? Isn't it? Right? Perfect. Now, consider the following statements in respect of a rectangular sheet of length 20 centimeter and breadth 8 centimeter. This is a doable problem. Right? It is possible to cut the sheet exactly into 4 square sheets. Right? So the basic concept is 160 is equal to n times a square. Right? 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 Now it is saying it is possible to cut the sheet exactly into 4 square sheets. Right? So this comes out to be 40. So if somehow you are able to take a as root 40, then only you will be able to cut it. Then only you will be able to cut it. Right? Then only you will be able to cut it, which I think is not possible. Now, is it possible to cut the sheet into 10 rectangular sheets of equal area? 10 rectangular sheets of equal area. So 20 into 8 is 10 times another area. So you have area to be 16. Right? You have area to be 16. Okay. Okay. So now how will you do it? Just see here. Right? If I take basically see, like, just divide it like this. 5 times. Okay, just simply divide it like 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone has 32 as area. Simply cut these two. This will have 16, this will have 16, this will have 16 as area, this will have 16 as area, this will have 16 as area, this will have 16 as area. Right? This is possible, isn't it? Just tell me, guys. Yeah, I'll solve everything. I'll solve everything, guys. Don't worry about it. I will solve everything. This is 22 problem. Right? Right? So this is doable. Now we just have to say, like, it is possible to cut the sheet exactly into 4 squares of equal area. Right? So you just have to think into 4 square sheets. Into 4. Oh, it is saying 4 square sheet, not of equal area. We don't have to equate the area here, right? We don't have to equate the area. It is possible to cut the sheet exactly into 4 square sheets. They need not be same. They need not be same. Right, guys? They need not be same. It is written, they need not be same. So then we can try. Right? So this is 8, this is 20. So take one cut at 8, another cut at 8, and then this becomes 4 times 8. Take another cut at 4. So 1 square sheet, 2 square sheet, 3 square sheet, 4 square sheet. So both 1 and 2 are possible. So we have to completely, like I would say, we have to carefully read this thing. No, see, basically, I misread the problem. See, like I have not done any of these problems. I'm doing it live for you so that I can give you the real feeling of a student. That is why I'm doing it here only. It is possible to cut the sheet into 10 triangular sheets of equal area. I read it very, very carefully, but I did not read it here. It is possible to cut the sheet exactly into 4 square sheets. I assumed that these all 4 sheets are of equal area. That is why I was equating one area to the other. Right? So 160 times. So, but this was incorrect. Actually, it was saying that simply, can I cut it in 4 square sheets? These 4 square sheets can be of different dimensions. So one is 8 cross 8, one is 8 cross 8, one is 4 cross 4, one is 4 cross 4. Right? Right? I hope I'm making sense, guys. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah, we'll do. But then we are skipping this problem now because we are not able to do it. Right? So this is 12 out of 22. Okay, in the first round. Okay, now percentage problems you should never skip. When 70% of a number x is added to another, and see, like there are only 3 variables, right? 70% of number of x is added to another number y, the sum becomes 165% of y. Okay, when 60% of the number x is added to another number z, then the sum becomes 165% of the value of y. Which one of the following is correct? So in this also, you can assume one number. So let x be 100. Right? So 70% of the number x is added to y, the number becomes 1.65y. Right? 165% of the value of y is 1.655. So 0.65y is 70. Okay. So y becomes 7,000 upon 65. It is clearly greater than 100. Okay. Now, when 60% of the number x is added to z, this becomes 1.65z. Right? Again. So z becomes 60 upon, right? So this is less than 100. So you have y greater than x greater than z. Very, very doable problem. Right? Very, very doable problem. Isn't it, guys? Very, very doable problem, I would say. Isn't it? Very simple calculation we have done. No, it could not mean equal squares, right? In the last problem, we have seen it that if we assume it to be equal square, then it is impossible. It was simply saying that can you cut it in 4 squares? These squares can have different dimensions. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now, two candidates, X and Y, contested an election. 80% of the voters cast their vote and there was no invalid votes. There was no nota, none of the above option. X got 56% of the total votes and won by 1440 votes. What is the total number of voters in the voters list? Now, this is very easy. Since now you have to see here that you assume the number X as the number which is asked from us, total number of voters. So, see, I will assume it to be 100x. Now, why I'm assuming it to be 100x? Because I'm very vigilant of the options. All the options are divisible by 100. So, this technique of 100 is very useful. So, total votes is 100x. X got 56%. So, he got 56x. Right? The other candidate got 44x. And this particular number is, and the vote difference is 1440. So you have 12x. So x is 120. So you have 12,000. Highly doable problem. Highly doable. Now, can you see the actual variation in the difficulty? Are you able to appreciate the difficulty range? Some problems are extremely difficult. Some problems are very, very simple. We simply have to identify all the simple and medium problems and get to this. Okay. So where were we? 14 out of 24. Okay. We are very much on our target. We are very much on our target. Right? Now, this is again a repeated problem. HCF LCM, standard 9th-10th class problem. What is the smallest number than 1000, greater than 1000, that when divided by any one of the number 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 leaves the remainder 3. Now just see, this guy n leaves remainder 3 upon division by any one, right? Right? Now a very beautiful thing to do here is, just see, I'll let you know. When the remainders are same, you just simply subtract. So you will see that n minus 3 is divisible by 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So to find the minimum number, you simply have to take the LCM. What is the LCM of these 5? Right? Now, see, what is the highest power of 3 here? 9. What is the highest power of 2 here? 4. What is the highest power of 5? This. So I think 36 times 5, 180 is the LCM. 180 is the LCM. Can you check it for me? The highest power of 2 is available in 12. That is 2 to the power 2. Highest power of, that is how you calculate LCM, right? 3 square, 5 to the power 1. This is the LCM, which means the minimum such number. So if it is divisible by all these 3, 180 will divide n minus 3. So the minimum n is 183. Right? Minimum n. And then you simply have to add some multiple of LCM to get the next number. Right? To get the next number. So you will see that upon adding 900, you will actually reach to 1083, which follows this condition. Now, you would say it is a very difficult problem, sir. But it can simply be done by options. isn't it? It can simply be done by options. It can very well be done by options, right? You just simply have to check all of them, right? For example, this 1060, right? 1060. You just subtract 3 here. Subtract 3 here. 1060. It is not divisible by 9. 1070. Not divisible by 9. 1080. Divisible by 9. 1180. Not divisible by 9. It is the only option which was divisible by 9. This is the short trick. This is the short trick. You do not have to go through this formal drill. You can simply check the option, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, did we miss out on something? Did we miss out on something in previous problem? Oh, 80% of the voters cast their vote. We did not see this. So the answer will be 15,000. Sorry. The answer will be 15,000, right? Right? Yes, 15,000, and it was A only. Yes, because see, like 80,000, 80% is 12,000, then 100% will be 15,000. Yes, that was my error. But I know you people will be doing it correctly because you are very cautious. So are you able to understand this thing? 1083 is the answer. And this is again doable problem. This is again doable problem. So 15 out of 25. 15 out of 25. Okay. Right? Right? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Another problem. Let P be a 2-digit number and Q be a number consisting of same digits written in reverse order. If P into Q is 2430, then what is the difference between P and Q? Okay. A very simple problem. We simply have to factorize this, right? We simply have to factorize it, right? Now, P times Q is 2430. So let's factorize 2430. This is 6 times 405. 405, 5 times 81. 3 to the power 4. Right? 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 81 times 5 is 405. 405 times 6 is. So you have 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 2 into 5. Right? Right? So some sort of hit and trial will be involved here. Right? So if I take these three, 27 times 2, 54. Right? So this is taken and then 45. So this is the number. We have found it. We have found it. I'll tell you how I was able to do this. I will tell you. But first of all, the difference, what is the difference between these numbers? 9. Are you curious to know? Are you curious to know how did I find it? Are you curious to know how did you find it? How did I find it? How did I find it? So, how did I find it? Let me tell you. I knew for the fact that 2 and 5 cannot be together. If 2 and 5 are multiplied, there's a factor of 10 involved. There is a factor of 10 involved. And the unit digit will be 0. And then if you turn it, you will have 0 here, which is not possible. Which is not possible. Which is not possible. So, I wanted to have like this. Right? And then, see, I had 3 to the power 5. I wrote it as this. 9 times 27. Basically, I divided the 5 powers of 3 into 2. One will take 2 powers of 3. One will take 3 powers of 3. And then my idea was, like, I had only 2 options. Either I put 9 like this or I do it like this. This was the logic which I thought. This is the logic which I thought. Right? This is the logic which I thought. Okay. 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 Perfect. Now, consider the following statement in respect to two natural numbers P and Q such that P